MJ from the Kubz. Welcome back to another episode of me reacting to these scary animations. I have 3 good ones for you all in today's episode. If you guys cool with that, you down with that? Everybody get ready and buckle up, because here we go! First video of today's episode is called You Got a Friend in Me. It comes from the legendary Meat Canyon. So happy to see them posting animations again, but let me shut up, because here we go.
I want you to move. I want you to move for me. If you don't respond, I'm gonna start killing all of your friends here. Move for me, Woody. Move for me. Do you think that I'm fucking playing? I saw you, Woody! I saw you in the toys playing with Sid! My toys were alive, and they were playing with my next door neighbor, and not me. My childhood, my whole life was knowing that my toys were alive, but they didn't want to be alive around me. You can't be the hero, Woody! Move for me! Move! I knew it. I knew you were alive, Woody. Woody, I knew it. I...
You have cancer, Andy. When we reveal ourselves to be alive to humans, they contract cancer. You got cancer, Andy.
Sorry, Andy. You have cancer. Sorry, pal.
Didn't you ever wonder where Sid went?
He moved. Mom said he moved.
He moved from
to
the cancer?
heaven, Andy. He got cancer and died. I know that you just found out that you have cancer, but it feels so nice being able to talk to you finally.
I can't, bro. I can't, bro. I was wondering why toys can't reveal themselves when kids find them out that they're actually alive. But hey, I mean, the coughed up blood tells the whole story. Automatic cancer, though. Like, what if you accidentally walk in a room and you see a toy moving a little bit? It's just like, boom, ass cancer.
Why would you do this?
I didn't want to, Andy, but you forced my hand. I had to look out for my partners. It's like looking into the face of an angel, Andy. It's too much for humans.
You don't come back from infinity, Andy.
So we're just gonna brush over the fact that Woody got ball chins and Buzz has anus face?
Ah, partner, you got cancer.
Andy, you have cancer.
Andy, you're a poor boy.
I know, sweetie, I know.
Oh.
Wait, does that mean that the little girl has cancer now? Because Woody legitty on my titties just smiled. Like he has a shit-eating grin at the end. Look, see? So does that mean he gave the girl cancer? Next video of today's episode comes from a channel I haven't reacted to in a while, Wansi Entertainment. This one is called Scary Uber Horror Story Animated. So let's check it out. And I personally don't have the Uber app or the Lyft app, so I don't have any stories to tell you all about this stuff.
Robbinsville, New Jersey.
Wait.
Is the daughter of Seymour.
What
and
the heck?
Marcy Joseph.
Bro, was that real? Why was that a real face? Bro, it just makes it a lot more creepier if it's a real face, especially if this person doesn't exist anymore, like they passed away. This is gonna be like 10 times freakier because when you see the actual person, I don't know, it just gives me the chills that kill.
Jersey is the daughter
So I
of
hate that.
Seymour
Ugh.
and Marcy Josephson.
I mean, I don't hate that
While
person, I'm
majoring
just
in
saying I
political
hate
science
that.
at the University of South Carolina, Samantha studied abroad in Barcelona and planned on attending the Drexel
This animation
University
kinda looked
School of
different.
Law after her
Okay,
2019
Wansi,
graduation.
I see what
Samantha
you're doing.
was a girl who showed boundless potential, who was potentially looking at a partial scholarship to Rutgers, but all her dreams would be snuffed out after making just one fatal mistake.
Oh crap, so this means that something bad happened. Crap. That image that we saw in the beginning is going to haunt me tonight.
2019, Samantha went out drinking with friends at the Bird Dog Bar in downtown Columbia. At around 2 a.m., they decided to call it a night, and like so many of us have done before, Samantha pulled out her phone and ordered an Uber. Just 9 minutes later, surveillance footage from the bird dog shows a black Chevrolet Impala pulling up outside.
Yo, what the? I'm trying to react to scary animations. I don't want to see real life security cam footage. Bro, I'm trying to sleep tonight. What is this?
Samantha steps outside, enters the vehicle.
That just
and
makes it
meets the
100
driver.
times more creepy,
The
dude.
man at the wheel was named Nathaniel Rowland. And although he didn't say anything as Samantha climbed into his car, he hadn't actually been expecting a passenger. You see, the car that Samantha had climbed into wasn't her Uber.
Oh,
It
God
was just a similar
damn.
looking vehicle she'd drunkenly mistaken for her ride.
Wait, so did the person do it on purpose, or was it just a freaking coinky dink that both of the cars look exactly the same and pulled up almost at the same time, I think? Or maybe that dude was just parked there the whole time.
You'd expect Roland to ultimately tell her to get out of the car, but he didn't. He simply engaged the locks, trapping Samantha inside, then drove off. It's not clear whether or not Samantha realized her mistake before Roland stopped the vehicle, but at some point, Roland parked up his Impala, pulled out a knife, and inflicted a sustained and savage attack upon the terrified Samantha.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Using a bizarre-looking two-bladed knife, Roland proceeded to stab Samantha 120 times.
Why the hell is this so damn brutal? Like, I'm just tripping about the fact that not only did she get in the wrong car, she got into the wrong car, and this dude happens to just be thirsty for blood?
She attempted to shield herself, but she was trapped, and Roland was armed. As well as several horrific defensive wounds, Roland also stabbed Josephson in the head with so much force that the knife went through her skull to her brain.
Oh my
But
God.
the killer blow seems to have come when he stabbed her in the carotid, one of two main arteries that carries blood to the brain. Samantha also sustained wounds to her face, neck, shoulder, torso, back, lung, leg, and feet,
Holy
bleeding out within
crap,
just
this
10
is
to
so
15
scary.
minutes. Roland then dumped Samantha's body in the New Zion field, where she was discovered by a handful of local turkey hunters.
Please don't show any more
following
real
morning,
stuff, please.
Samantha's roommates became deeply concerned when they found she hadn't returned home. Police rushed into action, easily tracing her last known whereabouts to the Bird Dog Bar and to Nathaniel Rowland's black Chevy Impala. Officers later happened across Roland while he was out driving, and after a traffic stop was attempted, Roland jumped out of his stationary vehicle and began to flee. Inside his car, police officers found a container of liquid bleach, germicidal wipes, and a bottle of window cleaner. But perhaps the most incriminating piece of evidence was Samantha's phone.
Well, you think? I mean, it's not only the most incriminating, it's the fact that it has blood on it and it's her phone. I mean, it's pretty much saying stone that it's a wrap. It's a wrap for that guy.
Which Roland had foolishly chosen to keep.
No idea
He
why.
was arrested, questioned, and tissue samples were taken. Disturbingly, the tissues under Roland's nails tested positive for Samantha's DNA.
Okay, I mean, that was predictable.
Whatever he was doing after he'd killed her, it had been rigorous enough for particles of her skin to become embedded under his
Bro,
nails.
120 times? You would think after
Roland
like
was
maybe
soon
one or
charged
two
with
stabs,
Samantha's
enough is enough.
kidnapping murder.
Sheesh.
And it became apparent that Samantha wasn't his first kidnapping victim.
Okay.
He had apparently carjacked a woman at the stoplight in October of 2018 and was extremely violent in the commission of the crime, beating her and threatening her before they drove to an ATM to almost empty her bank account. In July of 2021, Roland was found guilty of kidnapping and murdering, with a judge sentencing him to life in prison. This same judge, a veteran of the legal circuit, said the murder was perhaps the most heartless and severe he'd ever seen, denying Roland's request for leniency. It's also easy to
Good.
see why. Roland displayed some horrifying predatory behavior.
Oh, I thought he was gonna start punching the judge. I mean, he's over here just punching and slashing people. I thought he was gonna at least, kick a security guard in the nuts.
When a stranger accidentally climbs into their car, most correct-thinking people simply laugh it off, perhaps getting a little prickly if they're in a bad mood.
Yo, if somebody
But
jumped into
Roland
my
found a
car
stranger
unexpectedly,
climbing
I'd
into
be like,
his
yo, what the
back
hell are you doing here?
And his first
Get out,
thoughts
right
were
now.
nothing short of bloodthirsty. Samantha Josephson made an honest and simple mistake,
Dude.
and Nathaniel Rowland made her pay with her life.
That's disturbing. That's disturbing as hell. Last video we are going to check out is from MJV Animations. It is a Taco Bell horror story. And we all have Taco Bell horror stories with the food and what comes
Truth
after.
be told,
But let's see what happens with this person.
And
let me shut up, 'cause I talk too much.
Open.
Just kidding. I'm
But
not
I
gonna
had
stop talking.
places to be,
Joke's on you.
So I kept the pedal down.
Pedal
Route
to the metal,
50
baby.
was light on traffic. Maybe because it was December. Perhaps it was 3 a.m. Either way. The few cars I did encounter were easy enough to pass, and I started to feel like a toddler struggling to stay inside the lines with every swerve.
Hold on. I need to calm down. This narrator's voice is making your boy sweat. Like, sheesh, dude. You know, save some for the rest of us. Damn that bass in that voice.
It was hot
Goodness
for December,
gracious.
so I did have my window down. My headlights were blinking in and out. I get them fixed eventually. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe next month. In that flickering light, I saw a deer sprint out from the trees at the shoulder of the road, then across the highway.
This man needs to chill. And this person's probably gonna hit that deer.
Another swerve.
Oh, shit,
and
my
another
bad.
near
Swerve.
miss. My heart was in my throat, but I felt good. My buzz was still roaring. There was a bright patch ahead on the highway. My vision was a little blurry, but it was clearly a town.
So is this dude high
My
as shit
stomach
and he's gonna
cramped
get a
and
chalupa
rumbled.
from Taco Bell or
I
something?
was starving. I saw a speed limit sign on the shoulder for 50 miles per hour. Grinning, I sped up
spooky.
until the needle was pushing 75.
Oh, bad boy.
Buildings
Going
began
80 into
whipping
50.
by me on either side of the Camaro, blue and fast. I loved my car more than any woman I'd ever met.
That's sad.
There weren't many people out at 3 a.m., but I tried to at least keep a lookout for cops hidden in alleys. When I saw the Taco Bell approaching on my left,
Taco
I
Bell.
slammed on the brakes and
Won't
spun
you
the wheel
ring my
hard towards the building.
bell?
There was one bad moment where my fuzzy brain mixed up the pedal and the brake. I sorted it out and screeched to a halt a few spaces in the parking lot.
This man's a maniac.
I climbed out of the car and stretched. The drive-thru would have been faster, but I desperately needed to take a leak and drain the bladder full of bourbon and Red Bull.
Look at this guy, man. He said he needs to drain the bladder full of Red Bull and bourbon. Then he just made it sound so cool. I want a bladder full of bourbon and Red Bull
Taco
right
Bell
now.
was lit up with a soft white light.
I don't even drink like
It
that.
looked empty,
But this
open.
narrator,
I
he makes
pushed
me wanna
the
do
glass
things.
door and grinned when a little bell rang above me. My smile dropped as I noticed the two workers behind the counter. The guy was tall, looked to be in his early 30s,
I mean, I would look like that too if I had to work at Taco Bell at 3 a.m. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
and had a busted up face, like he just walked in from a fight club behind the restaurant.
Your mom had a busted
Nasty
up face.
purple and yellow bruises covered his cheeks, sat under his eyes, and peeked out from his collar. He must have been covered in them under his uniform. The girl next to him was both more or less off-putting. She appeared to be the same age, much shorter, pretty in a hollow way with her blonde hair and black glasses. There was no visible damage on her, but a dark stain soaked the bottom half of her shirt. It was a reddish brown, maybe some kind of sauce.
Maybe some kind of sauce. No, it can't be somebody's blood. It's gotta be the mild salsa.
Hopefully, some kind of sauce.
Hopefully some kind of sauce. This
You
dude lost
okay?
in the sauce.
I asked her, walking towards the counter. The girl didn't reply, didn't even look at me. The young dude next to her picked at a shallow cut next to his ear. "What can I get you?" he asked. I blinked and tried to shake some of the fermentation of my brain. "Tacos."
Tacos, brah. With a icy Mountain Dew. Yeah.
"Yes, sir. This would be the place for that." "What kind? How many?" 5 chicken, 5 beef.
10 tacos? Goddamn, my boy.
One of those crunch wrap things.
Ooh.
Nachos,
Hey.
some cinnamon twists.
Oh, now you speaking
Oh,
my language,
and
girl.
a Diet Coke.
Okay.
Oh, and as much Diablo sauce as you can give me.
Diablo, this dude gets freaky deaky.
Is that all? I put a hand.
Is that all? Bro, I can't stop pausing this video because is that all? This video just has it all.
Down on the
Okay?
counter to steady
So many
myself.
good one-liners.
Yeah. And I need to take a leak. "Bathroom's back there," the guy said, pointing to a pair of doors in the corner. I turned away from the counter, took a step towards the restroom, and then stopped. Now that I had a full view of the dining area, I saw that people were sitting at one of the tables.
Those are the kind of people that eat at Taco Bell at 3 a.m. Those
They
are the
weren't
types of
there
people
when I
you're gonna
walked
see.
in. I was positive.
This is the crowd, the Taco Bell 3 a.m. crowd in a nutshell.
With that, Maybe they entered while I was ordering, but I didn't hear the bell above the door ring.
Nah, they've been there.
It was like they just appeared.
They've been chilling. They want to eat
I
ass.
counted 3 men and a woman, all different ages, all equally awful looking. It was like they
Damn.
were
He
sick,
called them ugly.
pale and bloodless, with ringed, sleepless eyes. One of the guys had a red-brown stain, just like the girl at the counter.
Unwiped
Only
ass?
his covered the back
I
of his
bet.
shirt.
Brown stain.
They all watched me silently as I walked past them towards the bathroom. I only tripped once.
Good. I mean, shit. Some people trip 2-3 times before they go to the bathroom. What is wrong with this guy?
I was pretty proud of that. While the rest of the Taco Bell was relatively clean and well lit, the bathroom looked like I might catch a disease just by taking a deep breath. The floor was dirty. The walls were stained. The lights flickered. And it smelled vile.
Somebody taking a fat shit
One
in
of
their
the 2
Tim's.
stalls didn't have a door. The other did, but was occupied.
How the hell
a
does
pair
the
of
door
ragged
get
cowboy
gone?
boots visible under the wall.
That didn't even make sense. Get
Whatever.
gone.
There was an open urinal, and that was all I needed. It was disgusting and clogged, but I did what I needed to do and went to wash my hands. While I was cleaning up,
What?
I took a look at my reflection in the mirror. It was wrong. I mean, it was me, but my face was as pale as the weirdos in the dining room.
What is this, a
There
haunted
was an
Taco Bell?
angry red cut above my eye on my forehead. I reached up to touch it and felt something prick my finger. I jerked my hand away, then went back to probe around gently. There was a small triangle of glass sticking in the cut. I pulled it out and dropped it into the sink, hands shaking as I turned on the water. There was a loud bang from
I'm so
behind me.
confused right now.
I whirled around in time to see the door of the occupied stall shake. It was like the guy inside was slamming into it.
He's
You
probably
okay,
taking
buddy?
a Mondo Duke.
I called out.
You know, just holding
feeling
on.
a lot
He's
sober
like,
than I had in
"Ugh!
hours.
God,
Are
this
you-
shit!
The door shook again, louder than before. There was a strange, quiet wailing sound coming out of the stall.
Like, you know when you have that shit that's so painful and you just feel nauseous like you're about to throw up? I feel like that guy is experiencing that right now. Like, he's just holding his hands to the heavens and he's like, fuck my butt!
It grew to some halfway growl, halfway scream. I turned away, closing my eyes.
Leave the
I must have
bathroom,
hit
dude.
my head at some point. I was imagining things, or... I opened my eyes to find the mirror in front of me completely fogged. As I watched, something invisible dragged against the mirror, drawing a shape or letters in the fog. I didn't stick around to find out what the message was. I left the bathroom running. Once I busted out the door, though, I was stopped so quickly I tripped. The dining room was packed, and the people at the tables and in the booths looked like they'd been dragged out of the local morgue. Men and women, a few teenagers and old folks. They were all in
I'm
various
telling you,
stages
this
of
is the 3 a.m.
decomposition.
Taco Bell crowd. This
I
is
saw
nothing out of the
missing
ordinary
limbs, exposed ribs, one so raw I could see a gray sack of unmoving lung through it.
here. Your mom has a gray
Cuts
sack.
and holes, and everywhere, that red-brown stain. The interior of the restaurant didn't look so clean anymore either. Now it resembled the bathroom, with mold in the corners and a thick white-green fluid in puddles on the floor. Everything reeked. I couldn't tell if it was the decaying people or the dirty room, but the smell
Both?
was like a physical force scorching my throat and eyes and twisting my stomach.
This man is
Your
on
order,
one.
bud, a voice said behind me. I turned and saw the guy from the counter carrying a tray of full rotting food.
Yeah, that looks like a spicy gordita crunch wrap.
The tacos were covered in a fuzzy mold, and the rest of the pile was alive with a squirming knot of glossy white maggots. I slapped the tray and stumbled back, then ran for the door. The little bell from earlier was now a rusted lump. I pressed against the bar repeatedly, but the door wouldn't open. The dead things behind me were laughing.
Hey, shit's
soft
not
at
funny, dude. Oh, my
first,
bad.
then
I didn't mean to pause
hysterical
that. Shit's
as
not
I
funny, though.
slammed my shoulder into the glass so hard I bounced off. Their laughter became a buzz like flies over summer
Assholes.
roadkill.
It's not even
The
that funny.
door's locked. I heard the man from the counter say, "You can't leave." The hell I can't.
Yeah,
I growled,
tell him.
standing
Talk
up.
to him.
I felt something grab me and press my face against the glass door. I did. Then I began to sob. In the orange sodium glow of the parking lot lamps, I saw my Camaro. It was destroyed, wrapped halfway around a street light. It was no longer a car,
Shit.
only a lump of metal and broken glass. What I saw lying in the parking lot was worse, though. A man, just my size, dressed like me, crumpled like a doll, dropped from high, soaking in a pool
Bro,
of
his
blood.
leg is making an L.
I
Because he
had
just
been
took the
thrown
biggest
through
one.
the front windshield during the crash. That moment when I accidentally hit the pedal instead of the brake. What if I'd actually kept on the pedal?
Why are there
Heck
so
of a
many
way to
bodies at
die.
Taco Bell?
I heard the counterman whisper, "You shouldn't drive drunk, buddy. Too easy for people to get hurt. Thank God this looks like a one-car crash. A single fatality. Now,
Oh shit, my
go
bad,
grab
everybody.
a uniform from the back. You're going to be working here for a very, very long time." "No,"
What in the world?
I said, pulling back. "This isn't real. This isn't fair. I have to leave." The man's grin turned into a snarl. He slapped me, hard and quick.
Dude got bitch
Then
slapped.
hit me again. This time with an
He's having a
open
bad day. He
fist.
died in a car crash and
I
then he got
stumbled
bitch
back
slapped.
into the front door. The short girl that was behind the counter when I came
Karate
in hit
kick
me
her!
next. She grabbed at my collar and scratched my neck. Someone else slammed into me from the side, and then I was on the ground. Figures crowded around me, dead legs kicking my ribs, stomping me, grinding me into the tile.
If you think you're
Blows
having a
fell
bad
on me
day,
like
remember
hail
this
on a
man right
window.
here.
I begged and screamed and whimpered, but they kept hitting me. Eventually, the dead pulled back. I stood up, bruised and ruined, and decided to take my chance. I ran at the locked door, arms in front of my face to protect my eyes. I jumped and felt the glass break, and I woke up on the pavement, feeling like every bone in my body was broken. I groaned, spitting out a tooth. Someone was standing over me. I flinched when they leaned down. "Easy, buddy," a voice said. I called 911. They'll be here soon. I blacked out and woke up much later in a hospital bed. The doctors told me that I was lucky to be alive after the crash and being ejected through the front windshield of my Camaro. My injuries from the accident were severe, but not fatal. A broken arm, 4 busted ribs, a concussion, 2 lost teeth and another cracked, as well as every inch of me covered in road burns and deep bruises.
Bro, you look dead.
Since it was a DUI, I wouldn't be driving anytime soon and could face fines, maybe even jail time. I accept that. Whatever the consequences, I know that I am truly lucky. I escaped hell.
Taco Bell is hell, everybody. That's the moral of the story. He said, you know what? I'd rather go to jail than have to live the rest of eternity in a Taco Bell. That should tell you something about the quality of Taco Bell. All right, everybody, but that's going to do it for this episode of Reacting to these scary animations. Hopefully you all enjoyed this episode. If you did, make sure you give it one big fat like. And tell a friend today that Jay from the Kubz Scouts is that dude.